Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz, WELDERFABBER, and here we are in my workshop. And look at that little beauty. So we've not talked much about this yet. We've just started cutting some material here, some 6mm plate, and we will show more in depth in that when we go further into the chapters. As you can see, the pressure is also being installed. This is an 130 amp unit. And what I want to show you more than anything is the installation of this and the compressor and the reels on the walls, as we've got a reel on most stanchions all around the workshop now. And my biggest concern really is room, as we're running out of room within the workshop already. So the mezzanine floor that I want to build from here, I want to come off that stanchion there to that stanchion there and put a mezz up here. And I'm even thinking about doing away with that office area there, but it's not an office, it's a store area. And completely do away with that. Also, I spoke to the landlord about getting rid of them containers, so I'll keep my fingers crossed on that. And if we can get rid of them, I want to put a fence right across here, right across to that brick wall, and then we've got a big yard area. So as you can see, what is the 5 containers there? We'll have a lot more area as we're running out of room. If you look down there, we've got vehicles down there, and we've got vehicles all the way over there. So we've outgrown the yard is what I'm trying to say. We've got a telehandler in here at the moment that we're doing some training on. We're getting the lads trained on telehandlers today. All right, director, so I think play the footage of the plasma table and compressor being fitted, and then we'll get back to when I got back from Wales. Back in the workshop, and as you can see, we've got the lift back on the trestles. So to take that bend out that you saw before, you know, this is where all the weight is at this end, isn't it, on this point. I put 2 100 by 10 flat bars in, because there's plenty of room under the heli, just to stiffen that up to try and take that bend out of it once we put them pins in there. I'm also thinking we've also reduced it by 20mm at both sides and here. We took 20mm out of it here. You actually see a cut out section here that we cut out of there. You see? I'm thinking we'll put another flat bar across there where the original forks are, as you can see where they've been plug welded. Put a flat bar across there and put a flat bar running on its edge down here, because I did see a bit of flex in it when the heli was lifted. That will be done today and sent to PJ Fork Trucks for them to do a full hit on it, on the painting side of it and maintenance side of that, so it goes out to the customer like a new forklift. So let's just see how Callum's getting on with this bucket for Don Ellen. Ricker. We've actually got a Cebora in here on demo. So I'll give you a little bit of a review on that once we know how it's running. So Callum's running the PowerMax 85 here now. Putting that side of the bucket out to make it like this side. As you can see, I've just cut my finger on that little bit of plate I picked up. So he's cutting it out and putting a piece of 30mm edge in, single bevel. How's the plasma?
I mean, that's 25mm thick material in it, so
that's 25mm thick, yeah. So we're doing away with these banana bars. There was a couple of cracks in the other side in these. So we're doing away with it both and putting a new 30mm edge in here, like that side there. This bucket will be done today. It should get collected tomorrow, and as soon as it's finished it will be paid for. And also, look what's turned up whilst I've been out. A plasma table. Now doesn't that look good? And it looks like Tom's just about to use it. So as you can see how much area it's taking up there. Once again, I'll mention the mezzanine. If we put a mezzanine floor up above that, or even do away with that altogether and put that in the corner, I'm not too sure yet. But we'll be definitely moving it from that position further down the line. If he wants to go back a bit more, you know, we've got a dryer on the compressor, so we're getting nice clean air. We've got an 130 amp Cebora unit. And it just looks a good bit of kit to me, this, but we've obviously got to put it to the test, haven't we? And here we are, cutting. So take it there's no holes in them, Tom. Just want some square plates. Now look at that. So that got delivered whilst I was down in Wales. So I missed the delivery. But Tom, that's Callum, that, he loves making noise. But Tom and Callum do actually know how to use this machine, which is good for me. Tom is also going to start using Bella Blue a lot more. He's got his class 2. Is that all you needed? Yeah? So let us know in the comments, guys, what you think about this machine and the service that I'm offering with it, like I said earlier in the chapter. I don't want to start building big steel racks, which I might have to do at some point for all the sheet sizes. Yeah, if people can just bring their own material in, and I'll charge you an hourly rate plus consumables to use this machine, because the consumables are a big part of the machine that costs quite a lot of money. But I'll be interested to see how many cuts we actually get out of the consumables on that, on the end of that gun. Well, the boys did actually use it for the heli-lift on some little brackets. So it'd be good to see this all painted up once it's finished. And once it is finished, I will show you all. So as you put a prep on both sides, obviously you've got two pieces of material butting up to each other. If you leave a gap, I usually like to leave a 3mm gap when you're using 20mm material. So then you put a weld on it, your weld goes right through the gap, you grind it back from the other side, put a weld in the other side, and then you put it's called a full pen butt weld. So full penetration, right through the plate, butt weld. Callum is coded up to 50mm doing a butt weld. And pipe to plate and multi-fillet. What else was there? Pipe to plate, multi-fillet, butt weld. Yeah. Coded. You have to do your codes every 3 years, by the way. So that's the modifications done to the lift. As you can see, we've stiffened it up here. We've stiffened it up all the way down to get rid of that bit of flex. And we stiffened it up all the way across, because that's where all the weight is on the helicopter. So you just put your pins in to these little locks that one to the skid. Once Tom's finished them. And that should be bang on. I'll be very surprised if there's any issues with that. How's the Cebora?
Quite like it. Yeah, quite like it. Quite surprised at first.
I'll have to have a do on it myself.
That's just yeah, you can see it's
Kempy better.
Yeah, they're both good in their own ways. Kempy's got a lot more features on it.
So the Kempy has a lot more features than the Cebora, but we're going to probably going to keep that for a month or so just to put it through its paces. So that's why we run it on this bucket now, and that's got the M5 gun on it. So on the Warrior MIGs we run the M4 guns, don't we? And that's an M5W, so that means it's water cooled. How are you finding the gun?
Quite like it. Quite like that as well, yeah. It's a lot different with a bit of a shorter neck, so you've got a bit more control over it.
So it's got a shorter neck on it there. Yeah.
You just notice that your hand's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
You know, to the well puddle.
Yeah. He's just still trying to learn how to use the welder, as you can see, our cal.
That's that, being an apprentice, isn't it? We'll get there one day, yeah.
Love that, Cal, good job. I'll give you a close-up. So these don't need to be welded on the back, by the way. You don't want to weld round the front of that bit either on the adapter. Basically, that you want to allow that to flex a little bit. If you fully weld that, that will snap easier than being left unwelded like that. So we always leave them unwelded. Nice job. Just have to put a bit of a welder plate on here, knock a wedge into there and just push that bottom floor back a little bit. But that edge has stayed bang on straight. As long as you put the heat into both sides of the plate, it'll keep it straight. If you were to just weld one side, if you just weld one side of the 50mm edge, then you would get a slight bend in it, yeah? But if you're doing all the welding in one day, that's fine. But if you're going to weld it and leave it, I wouldn't really advise that. I'd advise to weld it all at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Although you have had a little gap in it, haven't you? But if you do, then put a bit of heat into the edge on the opposite side. As you can see there, it's had some heat spots. And then that just takes that little bit out of it if you need to. I'm just being a bit particular there because I'm just a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to things like that. Looking at that, looks all good. Some new wear bars on it. And we have used the plasma a couple of times for some cuts. And we're just about to take this heli-lift back to PJ fork trucks so it can be blasted and painted. Now then, look at it now. So you'll have seen that we've just put this stiffener plate in on the top of that PFC. We've reduced the width of it just so it goes into the heli skids a little bit more. We've put these 2 flat bars in here to stiffen it up because all the weight is on this point here at the end. Alright, now then the original fork ends here. Alright, so we was getting a little bit of a bend in the middle there when we lifted the helicopter, so that's why we put a flat bar in the middle of that PFC there. So I'll just give it a little run, Tom, up and down shot. So it lifts up 4.5 inches. You can see how fast it moves. Obviously you're not going to move it that fast with a helicopter on it. Just go up and down a couple of times there, Tom. Bang on. Let's go back with some. Nice job that, nice job. Our little 1.5 ton forklift picks that up no problem. So what we'll do, we'll get it on the trailer now and get it back over to PJ fork trucks. And check that out. Don't you look good? We'll go more into detail on that later on in the chapter. We'll see where Callum's up to with the 30-ton dig. So we'll put in some Futura tips on it. We're a technology Futura. Probably one of the best out there in my opinion to go on a cat adapter. So these are running on cat adapters on a 50mm lip. Callum's welding for you. And he's welding it up with this Cebora that we've got on demo, 400. And he's actually liking it, which worries me, because I'm a camping man. So as you can see, we cut the original bucket out because it had a few cracks in it. The toe plate had cracks in it and the adapters had cracks in the old toe plate. So all it needs to do now is finish off welding this side, weld on the top of that edge, pull the floor back level with the lip, with the edge, weld that up, job done, back to the customer. And then that is a job for Don Ellum, Ricker. And once again, you know, when I talk about payment terms, I mean, you might hear me whittering on about payment terms, but I'm only doing that to get across to you people who are starting out a new company. Yeah, push it, push it, push it. Don't take no shit off anyone. Do you know what I mean? Push your payment terms. Cash flow. Without your cash flow, you ain't got nothing. So I'm happy with that. Cal will get that boxed off now. Customer will come pick it up. That's been paid for in full. Alright boys, so you can finish that. Tom, get that on trailer son. We'll get it back over to PJ. Looks well, doesn't it? Wait till you see it painted up. Then it will look well. So that's the bucket complete, ready for collection. I've just spoke to Rick now, and they're going to send another bucket in as they collect this one. Oh, that's a very good job by Callum. And that's how every bucket should be repaired, in my eyes. That'll last them a good few years now. The truck just turned up outside, so let's see what that is. Oh, it's Howard Stop Demolition. Howard Stop Demolition. Alright, bud.
How you doing?
What you got on for us?
On a couple of bits and pieces, keep busy for a day.
Yeah? Ah, we got a muncher on.
Bunch of jars to build up.
Sound. What's he got doing with his frame?
Just want some bearings and lifting ice on it, please.
Oh, that's it. Well, lifted eyes up top, doesn't he? Yeah.
It.
Yeah. Right, sound. So that's a good little bit of hard face in there for maybe get Sam on that. Cal? Whoever comes available first. Well, Tom's going out today on site. Alright, Tom's going out today on site, so we'll get that off and this off. Get on them when we can, but we have got 2 days of training on the plasma table to do, so which is starting today. A short room. Need a bigger yard. Howard start. Now then, I need to give Howard a good shout out because it was his design that I copied on the heli-lift. So a big cheers for that, Howard. You're the man. I'll come see you soon. So Colin's just made a load of pins here. I've got to take these over to a place in Manchester to get zinc plated. 85 of them. Got ourselves a magnet for lifting plates onto the table. Oh, we just got a telehandler in.
Hey!
That's my little baby brother.
Brown spawn!
Brown
This
spawn.
Bobby Dazzler.
You know what you're doing in that? So the reason why we've got a telehandler in is because we're doing telehandler training tomorrow for all the lads that work on site. So whenever we hire a tele on site, they've got the ticket to drive it. So it's a lot cheaper to hire a telehandler, get a trainer to come to our workshop than to do it elsewhere. Just so you know that. Be handy having one of them in here, wouldn't it? Welder. How many?
12 metre.
12 metre.
Yeah. It only needs to be a 9.5 to cover what we want, but...
So what ticket will they have once we've got this?
Well, they're going for the M-pose one, which I think is 5 year, with underslinging as well, so we've got lifting attachment for lifting steels in underslinging.
So that will cover all lads?
Yeah, well, we're putting 4 through.
4 through?
4 through tomorrow, yeah. We were going to do another 2 Saturday, but he's had to rearrange something for Saturday. The bloke's doing training, so we're just doing 4 this week.
So could be handy having a telehandler in here, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Making me think now.
It's slightly smaller one than this though, only a 9 or a 7.
So this will cover them to drive all range.
Everything, right up to 17 metre.
Right up to 17 metre, yeah. So if we got a smaller one, in, you wouldn't be able to get the bigger one, would you? You wouldn't be able to drive the bigger one.
No, if it's less than 9 metres, you can get it up to 9. But yeah, we've gone for over 9, so 9.5 or above, and we can get it right up to 17. Same as what I've got.
Yeah. Down. So you slowly we're getting over tickets. Slowly. Right, Cal, so these little hinges with the threaded bars, want you to fit them to Max Civils, yeah? So we'll go to their yard, and they've got a set of gates at the moment with only 20mm bars, 2 on each gate, whereas replacing it with 3 on each gate. Alright, just to beef it up a bit because they've had one of the hinges snap. So just for a safety precaution, we're upping the size of the thickness and putting an extra hinge in. And that is the back step for the van that we kitted out. I'm going to come over and see Colin shortly anyway. Alright, so we'll take the gates off, open the hinges up to 30mm from 20, add an extra one in the middle, and weld them up. Job done. Take 28 with you. Alright. Well, Tom's just got back from site. He's been on site doing some bucket repairs that's not on camera. So I shall meet you there shortly. Alright. I'm just going to wait for Jones Brothers to come with a hopper, and we'll offload it with this and see what it's like having a telly in the workshop. So I've just had a special delivery of a rake of donuts off these men. Big Atom. So that's from Alexander, the owner of Big Atom, the guys that we did the baler ram for within the last chapter, maybe a couple of chapters back now. So I'd just like to say a big thanks, Alexander, for them. I shall go and hand them out to all the lads. Cheers. Okay, so Jones Brothers have just turned up. Liam's driving the Hiab with the hopper frame and the feeder conveyor. So it's good that they've come on a Hiab so he can just pull it straight into the workshop and lift off with his own crane rather than using our trucks. He just pulls into this section here and then we can lift them off and put it down on deck over here. Nice little job for us that. You can see that kink there in that feed conveyor, can't you? It's kinked over. But you'll see how we repair it over the next couple of chapters. Yeah, bub. That's the hopper off. Now we was talking about building a new one of them, but we're not going to bother, we're just going to skin it with Hardox. Put 2 mild steel sides in it with a Hardox skin over the top. So I've just dropped the pins off because I'm getting them zinc plated instead of galvanised, just zinc plated. And it's called Salford Metal Finishes over in Salford here now. And they'll have them done for us pretty quick. They're actually pins for M&M acquisitions. And I'm now going to head back over to Preston to Max Civils to see how the lads are getting on with the gate hinges. Like he's just done his lad. You done?
Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah?
Fine hands and on to the next one.
No problems.
No, apart from a bit of galv on post, but
Right,
quite
so
thick
we've gone from a 20mm thready bar, as you can see, thread here, to a 30mm. Look at the difference. And what was happening, these were snapping. We've also added an extra one in the middle. So we've now got 3 on each gate. Put a little bit of a bump stop there. Shut the gate, Cal. See how it shuts. Tom's here as well. You just got to check up on them now and again, you know what I'm saying? You'll have to fire a nut bolt through one of these, Cal. No lock on top of one of these, yeah? Make sure the padlock's locked. Just make sure these padlocks go through these locks before they leave, in case there's any adjustment needed. think this is going to be the last couple of days of summer that we're going to have. What do you say, Tom?
Not bad, is it?
Not bad. That's it, Ed. Okay, so we've got to the end of another chapter. Thanks for watching. Like you always say, please like and subscribe. It does help build the channel. I really appreciate all the comments that come in. And yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.